forced him to get up and write it down. Recorded by Russell won third time out. It was nominated for Song of the Year. And after we formed Hammertowne some years later, we got to doing this song. Scott does such a phenomenal job on it. And when Russell and those guys weren't around, and anyway, Bill heard us do it, gave us his permission to not only do it live, but to record it, and we recorded it, have it on our recorded music. We'll have a record table set up over here. By the way, I think Scott just does a phenomenal job. This is for those of you that asked for this one entitled The Dream.
One night as I lay on my pillow, while asleep in a dream I did go to the place where they crucified Jesus on that old rugged cross, cruel and cold. There the greatest love story was written. Visualize with me, if you will, our Savior on that April morning, as he carried the cross up the hill. And I saw those nails, those old rusty nails, and the crown made of thorns that he wore. So sad was the scene that I cried in my dream. So great was the pain that he bore. They scorned and they mocked. He drank the bitter cup as he hung there with two common thieves. For he had to fulfill his Father's own will, and I was right there in a dream. As I stood there on top of Mount Calvary, in his pain I could hear his sad cry. From the 6th hour till 9 there was darkness. In my dream, oh so helpless was I thank him for that day on the mountain. The price that he paid was supreme. In my heart I will carry a picture of what I saw there in a dream. And I saw those nails, those old rusty nails, and the crown made of thorns that he wore. So sad was the scene that I cried in my dream. So great was the pain that he bore. They scorned and they mocked. He drank the bitter cup as he hung there with two common thieves. For he had to fulfill his Father's own will, and I was right there in a dream. For he had to fulfill his Father's own will, and I was right there in a dream.
Scott tagging for you.